Greetings, Redheads. Thank you for joining me in another edition of your favorite show, the one, the only Reds View. Of course, I am your gracious host, the one, the only J Red. Thank you so much for joining me. Y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. We have to go ahead and get into what happened. What the happened? Toronto, Canada. What happened? Toronto, Canada. What happened? Come on, Toronto. Seriously? Really? I have a question. Is Kendrick Lamar the new six god? Is Kendrick Lamar the new king of Toronto? Is Kendrick Lamar the new six god? Is Kendrick Lamar the new king of Toronto? Did he take Drake's spot? If you've been hiding under a rock, let me explain what happened, my friends. Let me explain what happened. So, as you know, the GNX tour is going around. I had the opportunity to attend one of the best shows, best hip hop shows I've ever went to. Okay, him and SZA, they made their stop in Canada, and I knew some controversy, some drama was going to happen since this tour was announced. However, I didn't know that this was going to transpire. See, the people of Toronto, the citizens of Toronto, Canada, they went to the concert, which I knew was going to happen. It was a sold out show, and they have another show that's sold out tonight. They're in the stadium. What's the name of that stadium? I forgot the name. The Rogers Stadium, right? 50,000 people. I think 40,000, 50,000 people, but it's sold out. Kendrick went there and performed three of his Drake diss records. And when I say three, Euphoria being one for sure. And then, of course, Not Like Us. Now, he did his verse to Like That, which is a shot at Drake. Not going to necessarily call that all the way a diss record, but figuratively speaking, it's three, right? So the man goes to Toronto, sells it out at a stadium where Drake has never done. Not only did he sell it out, this is the thing. Not only did he perform there, Drake has never done a stadium. He's never done a stadium, let alone a stadium in Canada, right? So the people, the citizens of Toronto, they gathered around, they purchased their tickets, and they sang along to Euphoria, they sang along to Like That, and they sang along to Not Like Us. And ladies and gentlemen, to make it worse, after Kendrick did Not Like Us, which is the biggest diss record of all time, the most embarrassing diss record of all time, performed at the Super Bowl, broke history, and I feel like it's the biggest rap song of all time. They actually applauded Kendrick for 2 minutes and chanted one more time, one more time, one more time. An encore. The people of Toronto, Canada wanted an encore of Not Like Us, a Drake diss record. If you think that I'm lying, let me show you what happened. Let me show you what happened. This is what transpired, fair use, after Kendrick performed it. Listen to the crowd, y'all. Listen to the crowd. One word. Diabolical. Diabolical. Now, of course, Not Like Us is the biggest diss record of all time. It's one of the most popular records out right now since last year. But what I can tell you is that it's one thing to perform that song in the city where Drake is from, but it's another thing to request that he does it one more time like he did at the Pop-Out show. You know what that means? It means, for one, fans are fickle, and two, the people of Canada, do they secretly not like Drake? Do they secretly have, because the thing is, just because a lot of you're from somewhere doesn't mean people actually like you. They just like what you do, you know? So it was very alarming, and not just alarming, but it was embarrassing. It was super embarrassing. I can tell you this, if that ever happened to me in my hometown of Mobile, Alabama, I got paperwork on all y'all asses. I'm dead serious. But yeah, this was sad to watch, man. I know that we've all said Drake has taken an L. He's taken an L, cool Drake. That's what he is. He's been taking LLs, but we call him LL Cool Drake, right? And it's funny because his album is going to be called Iceman coming up. But the thing is, when your hometown, I mean, because it ain't like he can stop Kendrick from coming, all right? Kendrick is just as popular of an artist as Drake. So him coming to Drake can still go do a show in LA. Let's not get it twisted, all right? But the thing is, Kendrick going and doing that diss record, and then the people are chanting one more time. Nobody on the tour, none of the tour stops have done that yet, not even LA. So the fact that Drake's hometown is chanting one more time is very telling, ladies and gentlemen. It's the most embarrassing thing that can happen to you as a rapper. Well, one of the most embarrassing things. I've never seen this before. I've seen Drake perform his diss song in Meek Mill's hometown, but you see it was some ramifications that happened because of that. The crowd was chanting along. So this is kind of like karma for Drake. He's done this before, but it's never been to a point where people are chanting one more time. All right. The OV hoes are in shambles. The Drake stands are in shambles. They're going every which way. They don't know what to think. There's really nothing that you could really even say about this. Like, this is the most massive L that we've seen in hip hop history. Most massive L. Now, I'm not saying Drake's career is over. So all you in the comments, don't, all the OV hoes, don't, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that this is super embarrassing. This is gigantically embarrassing. Can you imagine you putting on off after all the work Drake has done to put the city of Toronto on, mainstream wise? You know what I'm saying? He's the sixth guy. But like, for y'all to repay him like this is real messed up. This is very messed up. It's embarrassing no matter how you look at it, no matter how you slice it. I guarantee you, if Drake won the beef, he would have went to LA. I don't know if he could have done this. I know for sure he couldn't. He maybe if he did a diss song, the crowd of LA would not be saying one more time, one more time, one more time. That's super embarrassing, man. And nobody can tell me Drake isn't bothered by this. He's 1,000% bothered by this because I'm bothered by this. I'm not even from Canada, but I feel for Drake. I really do feel for this man. This is diabolical. Kendrick performing that song. I mean, I knew it was going to happen, but he didn't even have to do anything but perform it. And the people of Toronto, Canada, chanted one more time. It doesn't get no more diabolical than that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know what to make of it. I know the Super Bowl was a big deal because the whole world saw it, but it got to hit you in the heart, hit you in the gut, stab you in the gut to see your hometown chant one more time. Now, you can't be mad at people for liking the song, so it is what it is. But if you sit there and think that this doesn't bother Drake, you just don't have a soul, you don't have a spirit. Okay? You're not a human being. A diss song, first off, let's start from the beginning. Kendrick has a show in Canada, right? He talked about Drake being Canadian, right? He sells out a show in Canada. He sells out a stadium in Canada that Drake has never done. Somebody goes to your hometown and you're supposed to be the biggest rapper in the world and you've never done a stadium in your hometown. Somebody else comes, your op comes and does that, pulls up, nothing happens to him, and he performs a diss track calling you a PDF file, a pedo, all that stuff, and everybody's singing A minor. Everybody's singing that. That has to hurt your pride, has to hurt your ego, period. And I saw what Drake tried to do. He tried to go on stream with the highest grossing streamer right now, or the most popular streamer, rather I say, Cashapp. That got canceled. So Drake had nothing to do but watch this happen. It's real sad when you see it, real sad when you think about it. And it makes me point the finger to you people in Toronto. Boy, you two people in Toronto, y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit worth a damn. For the people of Toronto ain't worth a damn. Ain't worth a damn, y'all. I can't believe they let this happen. So the thing is, and afterwards they were at New Ho King. That's the place that Kendrick and Drake were actually talking about, where Drake got robbed, and they were turning up in there. I want to play the video, but I don't want to get a copyright strike and everything like that. So yeah, man, this has to hit Drake where it really hurts. I thought the Super Bowl was something. The Super Bowl is minute compared to this as an artist. See, Super Bowl, you can be light skinned and put your fingers in your ear and act like that didn't happen and not even watch the Super Bowl. But this right here, this was overboard. So, with that being said, let's look over the excuses. We're going to talk about the excuses, of course, that the OV hoes were saying. All right. The OV hoes had a few points. They had 4 points as to cope. 4 coping mechanisms. There were 4 coping mechanisms for the OV hoes. All right. The first one is there wasn't really Canadians there. I've seen stuff saying this. There wasn't really Canadians there. They're saying that 90% of the people there weren't from Canada. They flew all over the world just to come to that show. That's cap. And if it is true, how do you know that? So that's coping mechanism number 1. So let me say this again. Coping mechanism number 1, there wasn't really Canadians there. Coping mechanism number 2, it was nothing but white people. It was nothing but white people. So my thing is this, and let me show y'all this real quick. Let me show you this real quick. This is the academics ran page. I think he secretly runs this page, but look at this. I'm gonna play the sound, but look, it says this is this Kendrick's target audience? Is this Kendrick's target audience? Y'all acting like white folks don't go to concerts. You acting like white people don't consume hip hop. You know, yeah, like white people buy into rap. One of the reasons rap, as far as mainstream wise, got so successful is because those white people were buying the NWA records. You know, those white people were buying those records. You know what I'm saying? So white people are consumers of the hip hop culture. So y'all acting like white folks don't be at Drake concerts, Kendrick concerts, but that's a coping mechanism. Oh, it was just number white people there. That's cap. It was, and then my thing is this: it's in Canada. Isn't there more white people in Toronto than it is black people? What? All right, coping mechanism number 3. Coping mechanism number 3. The tickets were cheap. Last week, leading up to the days of this concert, we kept seeing OV hoes post StubHub and different third-party sites. Oh, these tickets are selling at as low as $15. Just not even seeing those are resales and different things like that. Don't y'all understand what reselling is? Reselling means I may buy it for a certain price. I try to sell it, I'm unsuccessful selling it, but I know eventually the time is going to approach. So if I spent $300 on a ticket, I want to make some money off of it. So I probably would drop it to 200, maybe drop it to 100. At least I get some of my money back. That's what reselling is. So when you see it on those reselling sites, tickets selling as low as this amount of money, they're trying to get their money back. So that's cap. Coping mechanism number 4. Kendrick needed security. Kendrick needed a whole bunch of security in the SWAT team and all this other stuff, which is so stupid. Let me show y'all this from the Academics TV page. They were in shambles all night. They were in shambles all night. So this was a picture. It says Kendrick Lamar leaving Toronto with a 25-car police escort to the airport to fly to New York to sleep. For one, how do y'all know that? Now look at this. Kendrick can't talk tough no more. Clearly, they know Drake is who y'all think he is. Didn't even leave the city. He had left the whole damn country. Oh, God. Oh, God. So let me, OV hoes. If you're a popular star, you need security. And then furthermore, yeah, he's on behind enemy lines. We don't know who is tied to Drake and what they'll try to do. Of course, Kendrick did that show to go to see his fans and then to make a point. Y'all expect him just to go with no security? He ain't trying to come to hurt Drake. He just coming to perform a Drake diss record. Well, not just to do that, but give a concert. So y'all expect, you OV hoes expect him just to not have no security. If he a real man, he'll show up. That it's not, it don't change the fact that the damage is already done. He's there. It's a wrap. The damage is done. It don't matter if Kendrick did it via Zoom or Skype. Do they have Skype anymore? But it don't matter if he did it from a spaceship. He did it. Period. So yeah, it's smart to maybe not want to live in Toronto. I'm sorry. It's smart to maybe not want to stay overnight in Toronto. And New York is not that far from there. Like y'all ridiculous. And we don't even know if that's real. Let me just put that out there. We don't even know if that's real or not. For all we know, Kendrick could be staying at a 5-star hotel or an Airbnb ducked off somewhere at a mansion. We don't know. So that's coping mechanism number 4. So coping mechanism number 1, there wasn't really Canadians there. Coping mechanism number 2, it wasn't nothing but white people there. Coping mechanism number 3, the tickets were real cheap. Coping mechanism number 4, Kendrick needed security. Oh, and let me not forget, coping mechanism number 5, the people really came to see SZA. The people really came to see SZA. I'm so tired of that argument. Oh my God. Or that dumb ass narrative. Between SZA and Kendrick Lamar, who has the most recent music out? The Luther song is on Kendrick's album. Who has the most popular songs out? Kendrick does. SZA has a nice catalog, but come on, are people coming to see SZA? Absolutely. But most people coming to see Kendrick. Come on. Y'all acting ridiculous. But all together, I'll say this. Fans are very fickle. Fans are fickle. That's why you can't get too invested into that. Because I remember Will Smith, and I'm paraphrasing what he said. It's like, I think it was Will Smith that said this, but you know, when you measure the love people have for you, you'll be vulnerable because those people can turn around and hate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels good to have a nice fan base and the people to love you, but if you focus too much on them loving you, you'll lose yourself when they start hating you. So that's what Drake is going through. Like, people could start hating because it's trendy to not like Drake right now. You know what I'm saying? Those same people, if we're being real, if Drake comes on, it's not like they're not gonna listen to Drake. In Toronto, if Drake does a event, those people will pull up. I feel like those people really do like Drake. Do some of them may not like him? Possibly. But fans are fickle, man. You know what I'm saying? If Drake makes another hit, they'll be back on his nuts again. So that's the reality of it. So you take that with face value, but it's still embarrassing nonetheless. I would be crushed if that was me. Now, of course, were other people there from other countries and stuff like that? Absolutely, but it still was in Canada. It don't change the fact of what it was. It happened in Toronto. But fans are fickle, man. They hop on trends. Kendrick is the winner. People love the winner. People like the winning guy. They don't like the losing team. So of course they may be, oh, I like these songs and everything like that. But that encore, y'all were really tripping with that. But anyway, let me know in the comments what y'all think about that situation. Dog, Drake. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/RedsView.